now you say a buy over the last 8 years, Ghana Cedi was all about depreciation.
Yeah.
And then appreciation. M1 media for Monka wasam. The cedi is actually appreciating against the dollar.
That is true.
Yeah, 45% against the dollar about 2 months ago, and 30% against the British pound about 2 months ago. Today we are as of September we are doing about 21% appreciation. Ghana Cedi then Gina Brane. Am I a fuel above from? Am I a dollar above from? That Ghana for mum pay big biao.
Almost is kind of mushie guma munye bibiye humbia. Mushie skagum.
Na say ye disikane shie gum.
Mushie guma na kwadro line na bia ba no etwa bia gum.
Na say ye disikane shie gum na ma cedi stabilize ya. And can be before man fail.
Samu.
Yes, because almost shie skagum. Yes.
Omushie boom.
Na sikana ya na ye initiatives na de nyeskano. GoldBod $8.1 billion no. E obi na begu o ma there be. President Mama initiative. Ana wa ma GoldBod aton good. Ana GoldBod anya $8.1 billion. Ana aba begu Bank of Ghana. Ana Bank of Ghana international reserves edu $12 billion. Ana sa $12 billion di go Bank of Ghana. Na mebisa wo. Abada ho makrama kanipa.
There be.
Na what $12 billion eda ho.
Yes, here dollars.
Na yes, here dollars. Edi ama economy ejina brania. Na what $12 billion World Bank. Na obusu afose omu hia $1 billion de akoye yi. Na emfa so aba ho. Na onfa aba ho.
Me yin dodo.
Sa pepe sa neti. Tell me before I don't know where the debate is coming from. So is it that no mu tri more din. Na Ghana for bra eyo mo de. Na cedi ne say eyo mo de ntina na sika gu o sa time no mo ka no. Omafa ngu mama Ghana for your businesses are surviving. What's the maker? So the argument is disjointed. Opposition I can understand. Also, more can be. Everyone says it's MPP economic discourse. Could you upon Kroma lead?
Say be why economics in
okay.
Na ebia on so kan. Me person busa. Russia Ukraine war no e jaya na.
Eguso pa ekoso.
Sa
ekoso pa.
Me share Dante say Hussein na mo kasa.
Debi na sa asem.
Mo ka Russia ni Ukraine. Me share Dante.
Na sa asem.
Because be 4 years he there. Na mo ka kire, no mo ka kire say the entire dollar na se phone is because of Russia. Team president Busa say ejaye.
Enyaye na de tie.
And I say mo nka ho asem biem.
Na ma me ka asem ncho.
Ka kire me.
You see, our Ghanaian population, no, 62% mebuno.
Okay.
Our mako school pa.
Okay.
Into over catch and say Russia Ukrainian war na our economy I say. Meanwhile, all the countries say try when she also Russia Ukrainian war. They are also victims of it. And that's also say the analysis they are also at the receiving end of the war.
Yeah.
But on economy jina, also economy jina because of Russia Ukraine. One of the just asem nedi. Obi anu a watena classroom da be kasa asem way for 4 years obeji atum. It does not make any sense.
But could be Ukraine, Israel, and Hamas war no fertilizer.
Yanya faster and comedy outside the Sudi. What I say? It's not a bunch of excuses. Omubai no shall say, oh, mama. And now COVID by COVID. Russia by Russia. Edu baby cry dot about me at the Shea Kufuado. Okay. Tamakoye the 7th January 2024 speech UPS no. But about me I be catch say or two president Kufuado for 1 day. Ontie. Or say economic management team decisions is not binding on cabinet. The president of China say, Oko cabinet no ko check President Kufuado. The ono no susu say. Ebebo economy Kufuado nti. Then President Kufuado tribo diama or pesa Ghana fail. What I say? That is not the mark of responsible leadership. Okay, say President Mama in 2015, Okojina Parliament during the State of Nations address, no say, okay, dumso aba na obe solve dumso, or no, or the presidency, or the integrity besi, and he will solve dumso, and he fixed dumso. But MPP for issues, but what do? They bury their heads in the sand like ostriches. And yamia. COVID, Russia, way, penya, you don't do that. I don't think I'm photo about.
Right.
And now on the economy alone, argument be no matter how you stretch it, there's only one conclusion. Nana, any obia or independently minded, obia or objective will make ne say the NDC government under President John Dramani Mahama are performing creditably well. I will not sit here and blow my horn, but say a objective analysis. Near the macroeconomic figures, because I don't know any subject to political interpretation. A daho inflation, depreciation, debt to GDP ratio, gross national debt, deficit, Nana, there's one conclusion a bit because the NDC government has done one. Nana, Osha, you can't say. I didn't know I'm afraid of primary balance, and I say import cover. Yeah, buy no. Na import cover 2 weeks. A chair say Ghana for a mudija. I'm kwa man on eco fanny maba. $1 na kwa man on eco fanny maba. Sa buy no mamo sa $1 na de akofani maba. O mamu buy 2 weeks na sa sika na yeden asa the bank na asa and the MPP. But ene yetimi diska guma makwa kodu 4 months. Internet Ghana $4 de akodidwa. Abane betim de amoma 4 months.
Sabre no sunu manya bia agum.
Sa what I say. Into every facet of the Ghanaian economy under President John Dramani Mahama in only 10 months. Yeah, my excuses be but the economy is better as compared to 4 years of excuses from the MPP.
Right.
Nana, yanko good governance.
Good governance.
President Mahama by how I was no. You bet me the nipa kakra bi looking at the circumstances of the Ghanaian economy. Kai die so at the time. Economic data ye sika semno. Ye fa nipa kakra nya adwuma. And then now we see ministers and sister cry ndo.
Yeah.
By a team the air adwuma ma Ghana economy better than omom fa 124 in the first term of the MPP. Nana President Mahama, even Independence Day celebration. Or say abanda dano yes so may use 50 million Ghana cedis.
150 billion.
150 billion no the onion sir. Ube use only 1.5. In fact, it is my belief that next year crowd here so better than they used to yes 1.5. But the significance of the project or the program no was upheld. It was upheld.
There's a now no be use 150 billion. Yera John Mahama or no ba with about 15 billion
pen a year. It says we 90% free so.
150 billion independence na na de bia yutua. Yera John Mahama de no 15 billion per.
In fact, there is plans and next year the no so better cry.
Yetimi ye mbibia nso ansi.
Bibia so ansi bibia ye kama. And I buy presidential staffers. By that and say obugumu yi. Ye buy swati. But government business is still ongoing. And I buy only beside information ministry. Any omo in charge of communication at the presidency. Under the MPP. Now omo about 126. Directors. Any impanyufo a omo abankesim. Any information ministry a omo manage about information. Now omo 126. And then the same job, bro. It is being done by only about 7 people. But government information dissemination is much more efficient. Yateso. And then you National Security Ministry free. You Information Ministry free. You a number of ministries. Because by now ministries near about 30, you have about 23. But a buying businesses ekoso. What I say, and it doesn't matter the number of people have fat. That is not to say we are not providing opportunities for many Ghanaians. That is being done. Nana, me send you document be WhatsApp share mami.
Yeah.
A unaudited financial statements.
Jeff project in my
of National Investment Bank.
Yeah.
Media sendo. Ubi a document na. Your baby a yatro. My phone I have kakra.
Don't worry.
Yatro medicine do WhatsApp.
My project into obey
Okay. Person me read your So call baby a yatro left side or yatro statement of comprehensive income for the period ended 30th September 2025 unaudited. Yes. Now share total comprehensive income for the period. 146 million. But in China, September 2024.
Some left no.
Yes.
Left no. Okay, left.
The same time 2024. Now a car NIB aboy 39 million.
Hey.
The same period. In 2024, now 39.
But 2025, me who 140 and what you saying?
A profit.
NIB Boka last year, Nana Kufado Breso.
39 million. In fact, this year they had projected to make a loss of 34.
Indeed,
in all the 8 years under the MPP, NIB, they never published their unaudited accounts. Never.
2024, Omenya Faso
146 million because they are two forces in the Bank of Ghana governor and the president mama and say bank na national bank. Yet binguno. Sadia yenye recapitalization. Ye buy na omo capital adequacy ratio ye negative 53%. Ye buy a discarbishim ama bank na bokano. And nesa bank na profit of 146 million. It is projected that next year it will be more. So we have turned the corner and the fortune of National Investment Bank. That is good governance. Nananya Hongkong, only time oil refinery. Getting to the latter part of the MPP, Komoton company no. At a cost of $22 million. Now only seven okasai. Yes, Tema almost turned $22 million.
Hey.
Company and I turned $22 million under the MPP. NDC buyers, our company now make a profit of $21 million.
Tema oil refinery na near Boka, near say Emphasobia Nison.
So they turned 22 million. About a year, Juma and the NDC in only 10 months, it's a profit of 21 million.
Hey! MPP.
Omo MDF friend Edmond Combat, young guy.
A canal near Bra, not to be a carton once and then I said,
sir.
I'm Camoton,
sir.
22.
Sir.
I'm woman and Toyano.
MPP4.
Can we attend and go for so much a ton? And I'm mobile, yeah, 22 no Camoton, so be mefa. 10 months, no. Or the Ayam for 21.
Yes.
Tiaka one pay.
Nah. And yes, back.
Until a crime son of us, yeah.
A leadership.
Hey! Nasanko for no way. And as I can't win a bridge one person about
I say, it's an
Jesus Christ.
Media, I know, say the government is doing well.
Then you're my way now when I'm country.
In fact, Nana, and your home quam, I'm a also co baby.
Hey, Nanko for yourself, maybe you come here say you.
Now they own him. Now,
Tama, you refinery now no more 22. One buy it to me about Mumenya for $21 million.
Yes.
Hey, every young couple.
Nana, I had that for MD no and some communication director friend no.
I have a co. Name
running measure how I never see ko. What you say? Na you Nana. When you say you buy so MPP4 ball ye subo say we are not spending. And into the economy ni jina ho. Me gidi say be no mo hwehwe say so ye buy e bokwa ko National Cathedral to Kro bi. Ni this scale room na yen ka say spend. Ba ye anya ne sa. Nana ye buy a euro bond for MPP4 bond omkoje ye. Na ka esum ho. $700 million ye buy ye tua. Nana domestic bond holders are pensioners ko jina finance ministry air demonstrations here for musika momo. Ye buy ye mu 10 billion Ghana cedis ye tua. Bond holders ye tua moka. Nana when you said this assembly common fund. Okay, say under the MPP. Assembly members will cry or margin say or may resign. Okay. Because not just assembly common fund you buy a 2.9 billion Ghana cedis year for this assemblies. Ama omenye scama ya sa chiro mo de omo first can ponya de enye. Because finance ministry a project how the district assembly common fund should be used. You can say 25% for educational projects, 10% for way, 5% for way. Next say at the end of the 10 one, you will come and account to President Mama. Says you can't edema this assembly common fund. The ODA.
I just think you break, you break 8 now more. say Ghana for ankasa MPP yeah. Sanse munu we nyina ne de we na sika draining nyina no ke besa to aso
koso kra ma na se ya basa
it is na nyansa we wo ho a mutimi de bu abansa
sare nana this assembly common fan cameras in here
o de fa send the mama memo my project okay
mama fa
send the ebusi am ne doctor Samia yi na etwetwe nkomo
mama bo na men
oyempanyufo na wo mu kasama Yira John Dramani Mahama no na ye ne etwetwe nkomo and I can't the echo wa mu because we need to create a platform who the echo so and nyoma pa wo mu ye so and no mu church accountability no we be na near catch MP before some mama obi nso ba na ye mo ya mo so mum na meka de na mo ye sabre na ye problem e kan say ana meko akogina ho ne ba ye kwan ene ye ho ahwan
entinana o share masende o share this asem come off na yes 10% of the money you find construction of health facilities and check compounds. Yes, 10%. You find provided potable water boreholes. Now, yes, 10%. You find provided school furniture. 20%. You find completion of structures left behind by Middle Belt Development Authority.
Yeah, my projects in TI.
Yes, and 5%. You find administration of the assemblies or more administrative work. And I say 10%. You find environmental sanitation and wajuma. And 10% construction of educational facilities, 1 kg block, 1 primary school block, and 1 junior high school block.
Wow.
25% for the design and construction of 24-hour economy model market. The ATN say, Nana, after 1 year, no, and now after a 10 one, no. Assembly bia these are the key performance indices our president mama the assemblies no the same indices or the state institutions no because kind of 120-day social contract now president mama o share we are okay say he will carry out a shake-up of all loss-making state-owned enterprises and realign them to break even. To break even and transition into profit making. And to tama oil refining profiter omenya sisi and president mama oda o say
10 months ni president John Mahama timi am ye nyamfa so wo yi
tama oil refining
everybody nyanko
o key performance indices na o kira say at the end of the year fa so we na say onya
we so ni aboka saa o
into wanya no apamo into sha NIBM ma sa KPIs no banki
na nkofo no mutu wo ye den
na emu ya wo
ye den na utimi boka just last year ya yes ye boka ye paton then all of a sudden within 10 months no yetimi anya so mfaso enti no nipa no mutu no mu ye den
menim de omo ye nana enti o kan president 120 days say dem catch na o state owned enterprises o ma obi a KPIs o ye hu meeting siga meeting o kan this year unfaso ese onyama Ghana ni wo this year some faso onyama Ghana
could be a broker
yes and they are complying with it omunya profit ma Ghana what you say and that is how transparency ete ye buy MPP for say spend nana me catch o say energy sector ye buy as of July near 9.1 billion Ghana cedis. On say light in Ndundumbi. Say light be duma
na
technical problem because in independent power producers now omo plant here adwuma Ghana ma yenyinam kanea no cash water for mechanism is now working. Enti a month be an obi anya sika kakra for operations. And what is the reason why obedum the plant?
Ebeguma obi anya ne so ne
obi anya ne so ne de adwuma. E kan no so ye tua 9.1 billion ye tua. Nana get fund. Ye tabron free so. Ya mom 4.6 billion as of July. Mo the year educational projects. Nana free SHS see by no MP before see egu no. Egu.
There.
You see akra there. Onti we timi wakame bia in the secondary schools. Onti say yes school be near duane. Inti headmaster na say opeso e den o close no. Because ye buy for the first time ever 3.5 billion Ghana cedis ye the rough free SHS. The highest money ever for free SHS. Even MP before Omodia campaign from 2008 comment me after Ghanaian room. President Mama the says Ghanaian remember free SHS. It is bigger and better than we came to meet. Under the leadership of President John Dramani Mahama, health insurance the macachero a car ye beto ye ne de etua nana capitation grant ye tua 72.8 million nana school feeding program ye tua 895 million ama nkola no enka ne name say momo budget was about 50 pesos a day. He said we are doing 1 cedi 20 pesos. Of course, and yeah, but Rome was not built in a day. What shall I say if you baby? Now they do baby. I can go on and on and on and on about payment. I buy it. I only see about BC the Waika.
Much yeah.
You 122 million, 122.8 million. It's a new Maccabeum. No fee stress. Only said to say, promise,
yeah.
Say in your normal first years in university, training college, and nursing training. Almost first year fees, Nana, we have delivered on that promise. Nursing training allowance, teacher training allowance, arrears here by a year to ya. Of course, I can't 1 month be dim, but I buy a bit here. Unlike what was happening in the previous year. To Nana, or share the general outlook. Any your commitments, payments are yet to ya. Mind you, you're baby.
Yeah.
Taxes can crack Ghana for the man. And no, and I did man penny for say you don't live a champagne life on an appetition budget.
Yeah, that's
so sika so appetition. More bra, it is obia, Nisika so wine. It's a Ghana for sika their mind.
I know I'm used to 10 months.
10 months. And then I do baby I do. And time I'll run to a lot of debates time in here. But Nana, I believe so be a will tear me and pay. We'll come to the conclusion. Say NDC are buying. And we are doing fairly well. And Ankawa Mrankawama will tea for so free. Now almost actual margin on how an emasiko.
No problem.
But it's all good.
Kakreya nyoma na wake kanaye mpese mtibe me media de mestra woni se kenofuriata se oxygen crazy na no kra mo ntwene mra madam de wa musi ya ne de no de mani nyi ho kra honestly bra Ira John Mahama is too diplomatic with kenofuriata ne mra ne hwan ne nasefo na hwan na anu ya obi could twa bayire ya mafia no enti de wa musi ne kenofuriata na drama ne doso Donald Trump otimi kokotwe obi ba
Matena nana what was na say attorney general na say what was attorney general ono ankasa ko OSP also ko documentation em say OSP so chire mu a sata na owie by em say na say on a press conference they are almost wrapping up it will be done Ghana for enya abotoye mo omo no mu so chope now as for the fight against corruption we are more than committed to it
Munyan fast Munyan fast na mun Ira John Mahama so nya special court in term we empe adjourn aja wan de wo ma si ayi isi ana akwa na agent ni affidavit ni ho ahwan srema special court 3 months 6 months ni edi asem na bi because at the end of 2026 dia masa memfa mu serious
Debi nana
munya na ye hu se nkofo bi o ma wie sika so ma disika pa de ken ya
nana wonim se court ye de amafo akọ court in the last few months, I said been in the first 10 months.
Minim na journey no na mempe.
Sa journey say case they okwa obi aka na asem.
Munya special court 3 months 6 months.
Attorney general can once will be done. Will be done.
3 months ni
tribunals ni na so beba.
Sharp.
Yeah.
What dey here? Count me can just be the 2.6 billion Ghana si say ampa. No na hwa na ya agent na fo ochina nko there be esrema e come dey. Doc Nyami Shraw. Me the way any be jaw kakra my idea. My idea. My idea.